why don't we open this thing up and take a look and see what exactly burned. What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. In today's video, we are going to give a recap as to what happened with my Bitmain Antminer S19J Pro and actually catching on fire, as well as talk about where we go from here. Today's video is sponsored by the team over at Wattum. Wattum is a complete Bitcoin mining solutions provider and the largest distributor of Bitcoin mining equipment in the United States. Wattum is your one-stop shop for everything ASIC mining, from Bitcoin miners ranging from the S19 Pro Hydro all the way up to the Antminer S19J Pro. If you're looking to take mining to the next level, Wattum has you covered. With facility build-out services, turnkey mining containers, power transformers, and finally complete hosting services. Check them out at the link down below in the video description. Thanks again to Wattum for supporting the hobbyist miner community. All right, miners, so a quick recap as to how we got to where we are today and what exactly occurred. So if you guys remember or didn't get a chance to watch my last video, no worries, we'll recap on it real quick. So this is a Bitmain Antminer S19J Pro, and in a previous video, last week's video actually, we removed the fans. You can see there's no fans on the front, there's actually no fans in the back, they're actually sitting off to the side here. So we removed those fans, and the whole goal of removing those fans was to quiet down this Bitcoin ASIC miner. Those things are insanely loud, and we wanted to take some steps to quiet it down. So we removed the fans, and then what we did is inside here on the fan controller board, we actually put in dummy plugs that are specifically designed for these ASIC miners. After we completed that in the last video, we brought it out to our crypto mining shed, and we designed up this system that was a intake coming into the shed, into a air filter box, into an adapter that then connected onto the front of this, or I'm sorry, went into a AC Infinity inline fan that then connected an adapter into the front of our Bitcoin miner, and then we had an adapter on the back and it exited out the back of the shed. Well, that AC Infinity inline fan puts out 800 CFM, actually 300 more than the stock fans do. And so we were jamming air straight down the front of this thing and booted it up, and within 2 to 3 minutes, heard her pop, started smelling burning, and the adapter on the backside is actually like an orange color, started seeing flames and flickering lights inside of it. You could see straight through it, kind of like a lantern. So that was definitely scary. It was very stressful and a little bit frustrating. But thinking about that situation, and we're actually gonna crack this open here in just a minute. So hopefully you hung tight this far in the video. So thinking about that situation and talking with a few other individuals, I was actually super fortunate in regards to the fact that my shed didn't burn down. I very easily could have started to see that thing hashing, closed up the shed and called it a night. And then sometime shortly after, that whole shed could have burned down. So I'm very thankful that I was in there, that this occurred when the time that it did. Now, where do we go from here? We have this Bitcoin miner that I really haven't had a chance to use much of. It's very difficult to mine as a home miner with something like this. It's super loud, uses a boatload of power, and is not super convenient to run in a home environment. Well, I had gotten this unit originally from the team over at Wattum, and I'll put a link down below if you guys do want to check them out. They are today's video sponsor as well. And reached out to them and tried to explain what occurred. And I gave them step-by-step details. I literally did this step 1, I did this step 2. I included links to all parts that I used, the cables that I used from Infinity Cables, the PDU that I was using with it. Everything I could, I gave them as much details as possible on everything I used, every step I took, and provided pictures as well. And I'll actually show you guys the backside of this in just a minute. And Wattum got back to me and said, don't worry about it. We'll ship you a brand new one. We'll give you a return label, throw it in the box, ship it back to Wattum, and Wattum will take up the warranty information with Bitmain. And I was so thankful that that occurred. It was a huge home run in my book to be able to know that I don't have to deal with this, that as the end user and consumer and customer, that I'm not going back and forth with Bitmain on like, here, I tried this didn't work. I tried this doesn't work. I mean, in all honesty, I would have been very fearful if they came back to me and I had to work with Bitmain, because it's like, what do I fix one thing? What's the chance? This thing could burn again, you know? There's definitely a defect with it in some way. So I don't want to mine with it. I'm not even going to plug this thing in. I mean, this thing actually gives also an odor of burnt circuit board or whatever you want to call it. Like, you could smell it walking into the room. So that's kind of where we stand. So now that I know I have a replacement S19J Pro coming, and we're going to do the same thing, guys. We're going to put the dummy fans in place, and we're going to put it in our shed into its own dedicated intake and exhaust system. But in the meantime, why don't we open this thing up and take a look and see what exactly burned. So let's dive in. All right, so we got a little more lighting here to help us out. So let me spin this around. So the intake side was on this side, and then we're gonna flip this guy around. And here's our exhaust side. And it looks like you can see it from the camera. I'm just taking a look at the screen on the camera. You can see some black here, right? And that is where the adapter, the orange adapter, was hooked directly to this side. And right here, right about here is where I saw the flames occurring and flickering. Now, I didn't see a lot of smoke or anything like that because this had an adapter with an exhaust right off the back exiting the shed. So none of the smoke or exhaust fumes were coming into the shed. It was all getting pushed outside the shed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. The first thing I want to do is open up the top and remove my dummy plug. I'll show you those fans if you got those little plugs if you haven't seen them. I also want to pull those out because I want to keep them for the next setup. And then we're going to undo some screws here, and I've never opened up one of these before, so I apologize ahead of time for my noobness. And we're going to, I guess we'll pull out the hashboard that looks black, and we'll pull out the other ones to see if they're damaged as well. So I have my notorious iFixit kit here that I feel like is a requirement as a crypto miner. So let me go ahead and get our top off. I think this one has to come off first. There we go. That's just to get into this easily. Here we go. Nice. And I'll show you guys again if you guys didn't see my first video. Ooh, these are the dummy plugs here. Let me just pull these out and then I'll show them to you because we want to recover these. Come on. Get out of there. There we go. Cool. So let me show these to you real quick. I'll get up nice and close to the camera. There you go. That's all there is to it. You just plug that right in, and it pretty much tells the ASIC, hey, I have fans attached. No need to worry about it. So we're good to go from there. So now let's go ahead and open up the back. And I don't know like which way to open this up, so we're just kind of gonna run with it and see what happens. So let's, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws here. There's these rivets, but I think that's part of this metal piece here and we don't have to worry about it. So let's just open this up. Okay, cool, look at this. All right, so I'm gonna put my hand here. You can see that's black right there. All right, so this board is actually the one where all the damage is to. This guy right here. Can I just zoom in? I'm not sure what's going to happen, so bear with me. Ooh. All right. Let's see. It's kind of heavy. Ooh. There it is. You can kind of see it, right? So the bottom of the ASIC actually is brown and black. Let's just pull that out. Zoom back out here. No editing here. Just real time. We're just going to run with it. Should have just took it out. All right, so I don't know how this comes out. There's some screws up top here. I really don't know. That's what it looks like. It looks like these screws up here hold it in place. All right, you guys ready for this? Look at that. I don't think that's supposed to be that color. What do you guys think? Look on, oh, check this out. Look right here. Look at this. Here, can I point this light down? Here we go. Look at that. All underneath of this is black. All the way underneath. It's literally the crystal, like listen. You can actually, yeah, right off my finger there. This is literally black and like that charcoaly, black and brown all the way around. Look at this. That's crazy. Even right here. And you remember it was this way. So it was like just coming out the back, the flames on it. Wow, that's nuts. Do we take off this heatsink? Sure, why not? Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's see what happens underneath here. Oh, jeez. Maybe we'll find out. I think these screws are all going to fall out. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on here. Let's get all these. God, it stinks. I'm going to get all these screws. Yeah, I could send this back and be like, here's your ASIC. Let's put these over here. All right. Whew. You want to look at the heatsink first? Tell me nothing burned. Wow, look at that, guys. So it literally was the chips, I think. Yeah. So look at this. Some of you guys are going to know exactly what you're looking at more than I am, because I really don't know. So these individual little ones are all of the ASIC chips, right? Some of these are literally like black as anything. Look at that. That's crazy. Isn't that insane? Look, like, this is so, I don't even want to touch, like there's a mess all over my tabletop now of just like crispy blackness. That's nuts. So, yeah, I did not expect to find this, but it is what it is. That's crazy. Crazy, guys. Oh, I hope this never happens to anyone else. Hopefully this was like a one-off type of deal, honestly, because I can only imagine, you know. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, it was only these like 1, 2, 3, 4 rows maybe. You can still even feel the thermal paste on here. The rest of these look fine. But most likely, like this will get sent back and this hashboard will get trashed. But we'll have to look. I don't think, this is the, yeah, look at that. The other side is pretty cool though. Like the way like it's designed. So we'll put this back together at a future moment, not right now. We'll just put this off to the side. Let me see in here. Wow. Yeah, so it's really hard for me to show you, but on the bottom of the ASIC here is brown and black all the way down. All the way down. Now let me take out the next one just to see if there's anything on that one as well. Look, it says the word Bitmain on here. It does, you can't even see that on the other board. So this one, I don't see any discolorment at all. No brown, no blacks on it anywhere, which is great. I mean, there's that. I want you to check the back side. Look at all these heat sinks, by the way. This is so cool, by the way. All right, let me put this one back in, and then I actually want to look at the other one. So you can actually see this heatsink here actually is like falling off, which I wonder if that's where this issue stemmed from. I mean, I don't know. You guys will know better than me. But you see this one's like kind of angled and falling over into the other heatsink, or actually it's black around. It's really hard to show. Yeah, it's actually black around there, right inside here. I doubt you can see it, but between these you can see it's actually black in there. So like that, I wonder if that's the root cause. Like this is where, that's where this started. Because it's all black and crispy just around this one right here. So I wonder, I mean, I don't really know what I'm looking at, but I know these are heat sinks, okay? But that's crazy. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so where do we go from here? So I'm gonna put this back together in the best way that I can. I do have the tracking information already from Wattum. They shipped me out a new one. So I should be having a video coming out. So when I get that new one in, I'll have another video on testing that out as a follow-up to this. I doubt I'll ever hear back from Wattum, or probably more Bitmain. Wattum's probably just gonna pass this off to Bitmain regarding what happened here. I mean, I'd love to, I think that would be super helpful, but I doubt we're going to hear back as to what caused this. Is this common? I mean, I guess if it was common, you guys would hear about it more. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Once again, guys, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys as the community. Have you ever run into anything as crazy as this? I know I'm super fortunate. The shed did not burn down. No one was hurt, anything like that. Caught this instantly. I mean, this really could have gotten bad. But leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Maybe you guys can provide some much more insight than I have. If you guys have any questions like, hey, check this, check that, leave a comment down below. I'll try my best to investigate the best I can. Other than that, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. And finally, don't forget to subscribe. Take care.